I was very hyperactive. I couldn't sit still in class. I couldn't focus. And she took me to the doctor. They wanted to diagnose me with I think it was ADHD and
Mm-hmm.
then diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
And she just felt like that wasn't right. So she just kept pursuing. And then we finally found a pediatric endocrinologist. And
Mm-hmm.
he determined that I, in fact, have like an extreme case of hyperthyroidism and Graves' disease,
Mm-hmm.
and said that had 2 more weeks gone on, I probably would not have made it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they put me on a slew of medications. If my memory serves me correctly, I think I was on like 14 pills a day just to try
Mm-hmm.
to get everything to calm down. I mean, my
Yeah.
body was attacking itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of just the way I lived for a long while until I got to high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was kind of like this ping pong of like hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. Um, so the prescriptions always fluctuated and changed. And then I got married. So now we're at my late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not on any thyroid meds at the time.
Mm.
But when I look back at that, I was so thin when I got married.
Yeah.
And I could tell one of my eyes in my wedding pictures, one eye was a lot wider than the
Mm-hmm.
other. Like you could see
Mm-hmm.
the whites around um, my entire eye. And from doing, some further studying about that, that's a clear indication of Graves' disease.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, 2 months after I got married, I got pregnant with my son, and they put me on a specific medication for my thyroid that was safer for pregnancies.
Mm-hmm.
Had my son, immediately got pregnant with my daughter. She kicked me into hypothyroidism. I had her, then I became allergic to the medication.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point in my early 30s, I had it. And I felt broken and like something was wrong with me. I thought my thyroid was, I was just born with a bad thyroid because it was never explained to me what the gland is, what it does, how it
Yeah.
can be affected.
Yeah.
So I just thought it's faulty. And the only option I had was either to stay on medication that I was allergic to
Mm-hmm.
or take it out.
Yeah.
And then I was given the decision, do we surgically remove it or do we take radioactive iodine?
Mm-hmm.
And so I did the radioactive iodine, and it dissolved the majority of my thyroid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and
And
that
I
was
think,
31,
mhm.
2. Yeah.
I think that story's telling too, because you can look at it. We think about immune triggers. Pregnancy is one, and you can see a shift in the thyroid when you got pregnant.
Mm.
And then we see a shift again after Sophia,
Hmm.
and even a shift in the immune system after Sophia, where that medication that you've been taking and was fine for your first
Yeah.
pregnancy and afterwards, all that was fine. And then all of a sudden, now we're having this kind of allergic reaction response